A wind turbine is a device that uses the wind's kinetic energy to create electricity. Depending on the technology, a wind turbine's blades rotate between 13 and 20 times per minute at a constant or variable speed. The rotor's speed fluctuates in response to the wind speed to maximize efficiency. Wind turbines generate more than 5% of the world's power. Almost all are managed as independent, freestanding units. The great majority, in reality, is a component of bigger wind farm projects, with dozens or even hundreds of turbines, whose wakes can interact with one another. Now, engineers at MIT and other institutions have discovered that the energy output of such wind farm installations can be increased without the need for any new equipment investments by modeling the wind flow of the entire collection of turbines and optimizing the control of individual units accordingly. Even if it's just approximately 1.2% overall and 3% at the best wind speeds, the increase in energy output from a particular installation may not seem like much. However, as more wind farms are being built to achieve accelerated climate objectives, the method may be used for any wind farm. According to the researchers, if that 1.2% energy increase were applied to all the current wind farms in the world, it would be the equivalent of installing more than 3,600 new wind turbines, or enough to power about 3 million homes, with a total gain to power producers of close to $1 billion annually, and virtually nothing out of pocket. According to Howland, practically all present utility-scale turbines are managed greedily and autonomously. He notes that the phrase greedily alludes to the fact that they manage to optimize their power output solely as if they were independent entities, with no adverse effects on other turbines. However, in the real world, wind farms purposefully place their turbines close together to get economic advantages from land usage, on or offshore, and infrastructure, such as access roads and transmission lines. Due to this closeness, turbines are frequently substantially influenced by the turbulent wakes created by other turbines that are upwind from them. Currently, individual turbine control systems do not account for this issue. Howland asserts that placing wind turbines near one another in wind farms is frequently the worst thing you could do from a flow physics perspective. Although placing them as far apart as feasible would enhance total energy output, doing so would raise the related expenses. The work of Howland and his associates fills that gap. They created a novel flow model that forecasts the power output of each turbine in the farm based on the atmospheric incident winds and each turbine's management approach. The model learns from operational wind farm data while still based on flow physics to lower predicted error and uncertainty. They have used the physics-based, data-assisted modeling of the flow within the wind farm and the resulting power production of each turbine, given different wind conditions, to find the best orientation for each turbine at a given time, without altering anything about the physical turbine locations and hardware systems of existing wind farms. By doing this, they may increase the entire farm's production instead of just the individual turbines. Today, each turbine continuously monitors the direction and speed of the incoming wind and adjusts its yaw angle position to line up as closely as possible with the wind using internal control software. The team has discovered, however, that in the new system, for instance, by turning one turbine just a little bit away from its maximum output position, perhaps 20 degrees away from its indie output angle, the increase in power output from one or more downwind units will result, more than making up for the slight reduction in output from the first unit. The collection of turbines was operated at power production levels up to 32% greater in some situations by employing a centralized control system that considers all of these interactions. The prediction model was initially tested by trying a wide array of yaw orientation techniques in a months-long trial in an actual utility-scale wind farm in India, most of which were internationally suboptimal. The researchers were able to determine the genuine best approach by evaluating a variety of control measures, including poor ones, in both the actual farm and the model. For the majority of the wind conditions examined, the model was able to forecast both the farm's power output and the best control strategy, which gave confidence that the projections would follow the actual best operating plan for the farm. This makes it possible to utilize the model to build the best control techniques for new wind farms and wind conditions without having to start from scratch with new computations. The results of a second, lengthy trial at the same farm that simply used the model's optimum control predictions later showed that the algorithm's actual impacts might match the simulation's overall energy improvements. The technology increased energy output by 1.2% on average during the whole test period, and by 3% at wind speeds between 6 and 8 meters per second. Even though just one wind farm was used for the test, the researchers claim that any current or future wind farm may use the model and suitable control technique. That's all for now. I hope you liked the video and please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.